Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to be answering a viewer question. Okay, so we have another viewer question. Thank you, viewer, for this question. You always have good ones, so thank you. This is our email. I'll put our email below. So if you guys want to ask questions or want us to answer a question or something, you can just go to that email. Here we go. Okay. Can the two of you compare when a man approaches you for a date or asks you for your number while they are in your very presence versus when they holler at you by way of inbox messaging? Receiving inbox messages from guys interested work for you or not? Does it depend? Describe your feelings and thoughts of both ways of approach. I hope I'm clear with this topic idea. I do understand if you don't get the questions because sometimes my words get jumbled. Feel free to let me know. Thanks for what you do, always. And he wants to remain anonymous. Mm-hmm. So thank you, and you made complete sense. Mm-hmm. We got it. We got it. So, but no, thank you for the question. We like this question, actually. Mm-hmm. So comparing ourselves, okay, so let's see here. It's kind of like that boy meets girl, old school fashion versus with the new way we're doing this new school online or just inbox, like he said, inbox messaging. So, so this is interesting because I prefer to meet someone just out and about. Right. I like to just be out somewhere, store, whatever, and just meet someone. Mm-hmm. But I don't go out a whole bunch. You know what I mean? Like a whole lot. And, so this is kind of convenient. I feel like the new way of doing things is kind of convenient. So I don't mind it, the inboxing part. Oh, man, but you kind of have to vet these people.
Mm-hmm. I think the only time I have a problem with inbox versus in reality, is when I don't like the person or I don't want to date them. Or I'm just not interested. It's not that I don't like them. I'm just not interested in them. When you meet someone in the flesh, you may never see them again. Yeah. But when you meet someone inbox and they're nice, but you don't really like them, they're still on your friend list and they still think they have a chance. Right. And so you can kind of never get rid of them. Right. Unless you just delete them. And then it's just rude. And then you feel rude because you don't not like them. You just don't want to date them. You know, especially at the time now where I'm not dating because I'm getting my life together, doing different things, trying to get our show going and, just trying to, be single. Right. You know what I mean? And sometimes men don't understand that. Yeah. Because I think the implication is that women always want a relationship. And sometimes women don't want a relationship. Sometimes there are times in women's life, just like men, where they don't want a relationship. And in that instance, I think to me, I'd rather meet you in person because if I say no in person, we can move on. The world's big. Yeah. We probably won't see each other again. And if we do, he will remember me and be like, oh, avoid her. Yeah. You know what I mean? But when they see you post every day, there's a sort of I know you.
Different parts of this. There's different parts here because it's kind of like an online dating situation too. So when you meet people that's through inbox and that kind of circumstance, it is in essence kind of like a Match.com type thing. You're just not paying for it.
Yeah, because I met my last boyfriend in it.
I met mine too. Yeah, I met mine too.
I left him. I met him on inbox.
The downside to this. There's like pros and cons of everything. Mm-hmm. The pro is that you're going to normally engage in a lot of conversation and nothing is so totally physical. Right. You know what I mean? Like they see your pictures and you see their pictures and, but you're having to have conversations. So you can see this through texting or inbox, the type of conversationalist this person is, right? So that's a positive because you can kind of just intellectually get to know who they are. But sometimes people, because they're behind the keyboard, behind the monitor, the computer screen or the phone, they can create a alter ego. They can create whoever they want to be. You know what I mean? So they can be one way. This has happened to me. I'm telling the story. They can be one way in inbox, and then when you finally meet them, totally different person. Like I said, the pro to me is that you can. I feel like the pro is that you can just talk to kind of conversationalists they are. You know what I mean? But I personally prefer to meet someone face to face. Yeah.
I think the difference between inbox though, the one thing the inbox, well, for me, can't do is chemistry.
Yeah.
Because even though you like someone through, typing and a picture, there's something about, chemistry in the flesh that can't be denied.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I've met there. I don't date online very often, especially since I've come home, but there have been a few, maybe I would say under 4 guys that I've met in person.
Right.
Because I met them online. And they were the same, but our chemistry wasn't the same.
Yeah.
I liked them better online than I did in the flesh.
But that's what I'm saying. So I think that a lot of times people...
But I'm saying that they were the same though. They didn't have an alter ego. They just were. It's just that it seemed like when we met.
Oh, you mean just the
like the natural chemistry was off. And so even when they went back online and I would go and, log in on Facebook or whatever, I could still like them. I'm like, see, I like you online, but in person, and it's just like, it doesn't, it didn't match there's up. A veil of chemistry that does that it really cannot be denied when you meet one on face-to-face contact, because that's what I think meeting someone in the flesh does versus meeting someone online. You know what I mean? I do agree with you with the fact that when you meet people online, there is a certain sort of, like, for men on the other hand, I think men aren't going to treat you I think men can have an understanding of who you are as a woman, so they're going to treat you the way they feel that you are on Facebook. Even with women, we can kind of maneuver like who this person is. You can tell someone's religious because they talk about religion all the time. You can tell, when people are parents, and knowing that going in. All in all, I still think that the in-person contact is really to me more, and it's really to me telling. For me, because for me in my relationships, like I don't have a lot of relationships, but when I do have a relationship, for me, comfort is everything. Comfort and communication. So I have to feel comfortable around you. So I can like you. You can be really smart, and you can have a lot of money. You can be really like I said, smart. You can have like I said, the niceties of life. But if I don't feel comfortable around you, then you know what I mean? Or if I just feel like we just aren't meshing. Then okay.
But you have a way of looking at it. When you meet people online or on let's just use Facebook as Facebook's usually kind of like the where you will meet somebody like that, because you have friends of friends and all that stuff, right? What's interesting is that you have the ability to look at their timeline. So not just like the current month or even the current year. You can kind of go back to see kind of what space they were in a while back, and then how far they've come, or you can kind of get an idea if they're honest with their page, right? And but sometimes even when they're not honest with your page, I can kind of see that dishonesty. I can see when someone's not whole through the way that they post.
I think I can see that 100% of the time.
I can see that.
Many people get
so
past
when
that
someone is not secure, when I see, okay, so there's actually a couple of men right now that I am friends with on Facebook. Okay, I don't know them, but through just looking at their posts and what they post all the time, I can tell the insecurity in them. Like I can see the insecurity just by the way that they're posting, and I think they don't think that people can see it, or maybe some people can't. And I'm just like, so now I don't give. So when those guys ask me out, I always say no, because I have this. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just a woman's intuition. I don't know, but I can just tell by the way. Like if you're very what's the word? If you're whiny, if you're a man that's whiny or complains all the time, if all your posts are about complaining. Sometimes people just do that, not thinking they're not doing that, but they're complaining all the time, or just kind of in that way. It's just. I can see it, and then that's kind of like a telltale sign. Whereas when you meet someone in person, you don't really get that. You can probably get they're going to come up to you normally, really nice, very respectful. You're going to get the whole spiel, right? And so you don't see that. So the kind of the benefit of the online thing is that you can kind of see how they're behaving through their posts weekly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think insecurity is loud, though.
Yeah, it is.
I think insecurity, no matter how you are insecure,
trying to hide
speaks,
it,
you know. And so, I mean, to me, even when you go, because I remember you telling me about a date that you went on with a guy who was talking about all the famous people he knew, and so he showed his insecurity, but he wasn't rude, he wasn't mean, he just was insecure, and you saw that immediately. So I mean, I always say like insecurity to me is very loud. You can see it, and a lot of people don't think you can see it when they're being insecure. You know what I mean? But even when I'm online, I can tell the people with men, you know, I can see men who are trying to portray something that they're not. I can see it. I can see it in women.
Right.
If you're a very intuitive person, like I would say, I'm more mind.
Like,
so I'm in my head more than Danielle. So Danielle is more.
I guess intuitive.
No, you're just very intuitive. She's a Cancer. You know what I mean?
She's
psychic. She's like a medium. You know, I always say, anytime I have a feeling about something, like I just get a feeling. If I run it across Danielle, I always feel like confirmation or something.
She like confirms
it. But I'm a thinker, so I'm always in my head all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which kind of helps me and hurts me equally.
Yeah,
you know,
it works in the sense that it does.
I don't lead with my heart as much as I lead with. I think I lead with my head a lot of times. Which is
I let people like I get a really intense feeling about people immediately. You know what I mean? So it can be good or bad or neither. Just, you know.
So I think for you, even if you were online or offline, I think that you would see the
I would see it anyways.
But
just when you meet someone, when you're in the presence of somebody, everybody. This goes for everybody. You get you can't hide some things.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's some things that you can't hide. It's like a lie detector situation. There's just some feelings that you just can't lie about. You know? People never making eye contact and you know what I mean? And not I don't know. I was gonna say.
I mean, that's right. People making eye contact and
these kind of I'm talking about the mannerisms. Like different mannerisms will make you see some stuff. I don't know. I just think that the kids be vigilant.
Right.
You know what I mean? To be vigilant with people in general, but definitely I feel like when you meet someone online in an inbox situation, that's another thing. Is that inbox conversations sometimes can get lost. All those words can get lost in translation. So, you know what I mean? So like you'll be talking to somebody on inbox and their sense of humor may not be yours.
Right. I mean, but don't you think though?
You know.
But don't you think though? It depends on the person.
Yeah.
And I always take people individually because it depends on who you are while you're dating, whether it's online or it's in the flesh. It's like I'm someone who, like I said, I'm more head over heart sometimes. Yeah. And I do that. And I would say that that's for my own protection. Right. You know, because I think that a lot of times I always believe that you should leave the gate kind of open, but there should be a gate.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying? Because you need to protect,
I don't believe in having a wall up, but you have a gate up.
And so for me, because I feel like I'm in my head, this is where I feel like it does help me a lot. Yeah. Is that when men tell me a lot of when men try to tell me things like things about their ex or something just a hardship story. I always can feel empathy for someone because I've also been through hardship, but I don't feel sorry for anyone. So whenever I'm able to whenever I'm able to see that, I think it does kind of help me because then I'm not lured and I'm not so easily lured into the love haze. Yeah. And I think a lot of women do this. They get lost in the love haze. Yeah. If you haven't been married yet and you're in your 40s, you can get sucked into the fact that you haven't been married yet, and so you can take what you can kind of get from someone. And so I think that in order for you for it to work, regardless whether you meet someone online or you have to be objective. You have to kind of understand that you don't know this person. Yeah. You might be attracted to them. You might like what they have to say as far as philosophy is concerned, but you don't know them. Yeah. And so until you do know them, you have to keep an open mind. That kind of goes both situations. Because I'm in a place right now, like we were talking about this earlier, that I'm in. I date with purpose. Yeah. Now at this point in my life, I'm dating with purpose. If I choose to date, you know what I mean. I'm not going to just date for sex. I'm not going to just date just to spend some man's money. I'm dating with a purpose. I'm looking for someone that complements my life, right? And wants to someone I can help. Someone I can help build, and someone can help build me. So that's where I am in my life at the moment. So I'm not frivolously. So when you come up to me, I'm already like I'm
vetting you.
Exactly.
But I'm relaxed. But I am vetting you because it's that's the part that's really important, that you are able to take the rose-colored glasses off for a minute. Have a good time and all of that. But you do have to, when you date with a purpose, there are some key things you need to be looking at. You know what I mean? So I think that when someone walks up to me and ask me out, for some reason I can just tell if they're serious about it. Like I don't know, I can tell when someone's BSing and just trying to get some, you know what I mean, or you know what I mean, and when someone's really just kind of genuinely interested in me. I can see the difference when I meet them in person. That's a benefit to me. So that's why I like meeting people in person more.
Yeah.
Now the thing is that when you meet people online, a lot of times they, like I said before, they create kind of persona. They can, not all the time, create a persona online that's not real, or they fudge a couple things. They don't not necessarily like totally lying, but they keep back a couple. I met a couple of guys that I later found out that they said they were divorced. And then when you get to have an inbox conversation with them, just through conversation and talking and letting them type, they end up saying stuff that you're like, wait a minute, what? And I've talked to a couple people that were actually not divorced. Okay, they were separated. And I'm someone. This is a personal thing for me. So y'all do what you want to do. I don't believe that you should date when you're separated.
Yeah,
I don't believe in. I don't think you should do that. Now that is 100% personal for me. That's just something that I just don't feel comfortable with. Dating a person who is separated. I think you need to be divorced, and usually about a year out of your marriage, or even 2.
Right. I mean, I agree with that. Only because I don't think that when people are divorced, that they're divorced on paper, but sometimes they're not divorced.
It doesn't take. Yeah.
And so a lot of times people are just not used to being alone.
Right.
And so you become a crutch for them.
Right.
So,
when you're right. But when I meet people online and they lie like that, or they don't disclose the information, it's frustrating, because you're just like, well, damn it, like I'm not going now. And especially if you've been talking to them. Been chatting with them, and then you find out like you sort of actually kind of like them. And I'll just cut that stuff off quick. Look, once I find out that you're with somebody, engaged, big girlfriend, separated, I don't care if y'all in 2 different parts of the world. If I find out in any way that y'all are not Splitsville, I'm out. Yeah. And I don't feel, I leave those feelings way behind. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think that online, that's the thing about being online though, is that there's a persona that people can put up. And to be really honest with you, either way, it literally has its pros and cons. You know what I mean? You don't know who you're meeting anyways. Right. You don't, I can actually know you. I know people that I went to school with, right? And I've known, and they're not, grew up with somebody, and they're not what they say they are. Like they're not. There's not what you think. So you can actually just know somebody and not really know what you're getting. So it's in some sense you can't be so paranoid. You have to just kind of.
Yeah, I mean, Facebook is one big job application.
You're just trying to find an easier way to meet people. You know what I mean? And the truth is that online dating is easier.
Yeah, but I would say that you're right on that one part where you were saying that I do think when you meet people in person, it's harder for them to be phony.
It is,
because now you got them in the flesh, and now we're energy. We're all energy. We're sitting here, so I can see all your little secrets. You can see mine, and and so we can't filter our pictures anymore. We are who we are. This is my weight. This is my hair. This is my, you know what I mean. And guys, their cars are now going to be shown with a real car. Right. You know what I mean? And then, also I think that it's just people feel comfortable online because you can be yourself or not.
Most people are just trying to find a good person.
That's why I say that in person there is something about comfortability that is undeniable. That's the reason why I like meeting people. I don't mind if I meet you online, but we do have to meet in person. And I almost prefer to meet you in person. But if I don't and I meet you online, my ex-boyfriend, like I said, I met him online. You know what I mean? But I think that there is a comfortability that is online because you don't have to see them, and they don't have to be in your business, and they don't have to see you all the time. They don't have to see your flaws. And for me, you have to be authentic, and I have to be very comfortable around you for me to to even say we're going to have a relationship.
It's kind of like what you see. What I know, like at least I can speak for us, is that men out there that if you do watch us, if you
want to date me, you have to be.
If you do watch us, the one positive I think that would be is that it's kind of a rare situation that we would be in, because we literally have told our entire story. Right. So there is no, what you see is what you get. Okay. Right. We literally come on here with no makeup. We're, you know what I mean? We come on here and you guys know our circumstance, situation. You have to scroll through our feed and you'll know exactly what we're thinking, so, and we're kind of just transparent that way. And I love when I meet people who are transparent. Okay. I'm not saying be transparent like the first, look, you can't, the first date, this is a unique situation because we have a channel, you know what I mean, where you can go through and see what we've what our life has been, you know. But I'm not expecting people to tell their entire life immediately when we first meet someone. That's kind of a Debbie Downer situation, you know. Although I kind of like the conversation, I don't mind it, you know. But a lot of times you're not getting that transparency because people are just trying to fill you out too. So I think that when you first meet someone, you are going to get the representative.
Yeah.
Most times when
but
you meet someone,
I'm going to be quite honest, you will get the representative of me too.
Yeah.
Because I don't know
way.
you.
Yeah.
On some level, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, like, just the other day, somebody told us, or told, you know, or says that I don't look like I'm happy.
Yeah.
And the truth is that I am happy. I'm just not a smiley girl.
Yeah.
And that is my truth. I'm not going to become that because somebody that wants that in a woman. If you want that in a woman, then you need to date someone like Danielle who smiles all the time.
Right.
Because she's just a smiley person. That's it's not fake. It's just who she is. But I'm not going to not be myself to, you know, but these are the sort of things that I think that, you know, you have to... That's a truth about me. You know what I mean? But then there are things that aren't true about me, like this makeup. I'm wearing full makeup right. These eyebrows are drawn on. Those are fake eyelashes. And I'm just putting my best face forward.
Yeah. This is what you
know
do.
what I mean? That is
if
what
I'm going on
to
a date. Yeah, if I'm going on a date, you're
gonna get this.
I'm gonna
this is what I'm doing. I'm going to look like this. Now, will I ever not have makeup? Absolutely. I've actually done shows without makeup.
We both have done. Right. Yeah. We both have been on here without makeup. So. You know, it seems to be a common thing.
But the most thing is what's inside of you. And I don't think you can really get that. Because like I said, I have met guys online that I've actually met in the flesh. And they were exactly how they were online. But our chemistry just wasn't good. And so that's what I'm saying. I just think that there's something that happens with energy touching each other and being around each other. And just not even, just bouncing off. That people tell us all the time, me and her have really good chemistry. Yeah. She's my sister. I'm a Taurus. She's a Cancer. We're kind of yin and yang. She's smiley. I'm just real serious mostly. You know, I have dry humor. Danielle's more bubbly.
So
you know
which is why it was so when you guys say, oh my gosh, your guys' chemistry, like it's like you guys could just been you're natural at this. You know, like that, you know, I appreciate those compliments, but the truth is that just as this is what chemistry looks like. This is what it looks like. So when you place this type of that energy into like a dating situation, what you can get in person is that you can know immediately, almost like I'm being honest with you. I know within 10 seconds if I like you.
Yeah, most women do though.
Within 10 seconds of me meeting you, within 10 seconds of especially face to face, I know. I know if I like you, if I want to keep dating you. I'm not saying that you maybe would be the one, but I'm saying that I know that I will probably want to keep dating you. Now, when online, I feel that it's kind of the same thing. But I have the benefit of investigation, a little bit of investigation of your thoughts and what kind of things you like, and you know.
But I'm saying like even the investigation. If I investigate you, like if I go on your Facebook, say you friend me, and then I accept your friendship, and then like everybody does, you go and check their
everyone does
profile.
That. Stop lying. Stop lying.
Now,
do it.
If I see everything religious, but it's the way it's written, then I can still tell. See, just because you're doing what looks to be nice and humble, and so I can still see through you. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because nobody's like that all the time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right. We all have faults. We all, you know. See, to me, if you're only a one note all the time, then I know that there's something you're not trying to tell me about. Something. So you know, when you're on Facebook and all you ever do is talk about the same thing, or that I know there's a guy on Facebook that I know. He's a really nice guy, but he jokes too much. And I don't believe...
What kind of joking?
Just, he's too damn silly.
Okay.
It's like he doesn't want to be serious ever.
At all.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Everything's a joke. And I just think to myself, okay, yeah, you're funny, but this is now, you look like a clown. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you're over 40. It's time to, you know, have some other substance to talk about.
If you're a three-dimensional person, you got to be three-dimensional and always.
Right. Now, I'm not telling him to do that. Tell him to be something, you know, like a series or not. But when someone is only one way, then what you're saying to me, there's another part, because we all have yin and yang. We all are two people. You know, we have different sides as you're supposed to. Yeah. You know what I mean? But when you're only displaying one side of yourself, that means that there's a side of yourself you don't want to look, you don't want us to see.
There's pros and cons to both ways. There is. I just personally prefer to meet you in person. Because in person I can get the real vibe. If you really pay attention to things, anyone, you can get the real vibe of somebody if you are personally talking to them. When you're online talking to them, you can't even hear what their voice sounds like.
Right.
You can't see that joke. You can't see how they took it. You can't, you know what I mean? Like you don't see it. You just I don't say you're imagining, but like you're having to come to a conclusion of who this person is. You know what I mean? And then when you meet someone in person, it's kind of like, oh no.
Right.
Okay, so he's more serious, or he's more funny, or okay, you know. So I don't know. I think it's just much.
And also,
more...
I guess I feel like I'm about to be 44 years old, and I just see relationships differently, maybe because of age.
Yeah,
I'm a lot more, vigilant.
Yeah,
and I'm not as dreamy eyed as I was when I was younger. And now I'm a lot older, and I like this age maybe because of that. You know what I mean? You're becoming more into yourself, and as you get older, you become more secure. I think, I mean, not everyone, but
I used to be strictly wanting to only meet people in person. But I think, like you're saying, as we get older, and and I want to be in a relationship soon. At some point, I would like to be in a relationship. So I am very open now to different ways of meeting people. I haven't gotten to we should do a show about that too. I haven't gotten to the paying for those websites, what's it called, the Match.coms, Black People Meet and Plenty of Fish, all of those it's either paid for. I'm not sure I'm at the point where I want to pay for someone's profile. I never say never, but I'm not sure. That's not where I'm at. I don't know if that's even mine.
I mean, I think it's just
I don't think it's for me.
The kind of person that you are. For me, that's not me.
Yeah, it's not me.
I believe in just organically meeting people. I think that you will.
Facebook is like the biggest. That's like as far as I'll go with just meeting someone online. I think Facebook or Instagram. That's as far as I'll go.
Yeah, I mean they can lie on those pages. They sure can. So you can meet someone at the grocery store and you pay for all that. Yeah, and, you can meet someone just walking outside your apartment.
Yeah. So we are running out of time. So thank you, viewer, for this question. I really like that topic.
Yeah.
Especially since we had to get married pretty soon.
We do. I mean, I do want to get married.
I do want to get married.
I really do. I can't wait to meet someone that I really, can tell my whole life to, and can be very comfortable with, and to share my day with. I can't wait to get to that point, but it has to happen naturally. It cannot be forced. Yeah. And and regardless if I meet you online or if I meet you in person, it's always going to be chemistry for me.
Right. Again, we will put up, or you can if you want to just comment below, if you agree or disagree, or if you want a question for yourself, you want to ask us a question to answer, or just a topic idea, that would be great. Put it in the comments below, and we will also put up our email address here so you guys can submit questions.
We've been getting a lot of we've been getting a lot of emails on topics, and we do like it because now we have a few.
Yeah, we do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we do appreciate it.
We love it. You guys are helping us out with topics.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So just keep
good looking out.
Keep sending topics. You know what I mean? Because we do like it, and it makes us think more. It gives us more. It gives us more to talk about.
Right. Okay.
More content. And that's
thumbs up for us.
Right. Thumbs up for us. We really like that. So, yeah.
All right.
Like, comment, and share. Visit our Instagram page and our Facebook page. It's with the same name. And if you want to inbox us on Facebook or even in Instagram inbox to access us for any topics, please do that.
Subscribe,
though. That we really want to make our show circulate.
What she said. All right. You guys have a good day. See you next time.
It's hot. Isn't it hot?
Everybody have a good day. We will see you next time.